Alan McCarty Jr. was sentenced to 20 years in prison for threatening to kill Circuit Judge Stasha Warren. He believed Judge Warren was responsible for taking away his kids in a custody case and claimed that his witnesses weren't allowed to testify.
Done unconstitutionally. Y'all took my kids unrightfully. You won't allow my witnesses here.
In a disturbing phone call to the police, he threatened to execute Judge Warren if his kids weren't returned to him.
Yeah, I want to report a crime that's about to happen.
What do you mean a crime that's about to happen?
Yeah, there's about to be a crime that's going to happen if my kids don't come back to me, you stupid. I got a gun pointed at your building. Where's your Judge Warren at? You going to bring that out in handcuffs and I'm going to execute that right in the street.
The police traced the call, and McCarty was arrested and brought to court, where he continued his outburst of profanities and curses. He refused to answer questions and directed insults towards Judge Matt Foxman, who presided over his case. McCarty's behavior was so unruly that the judge threatened to duct tape his mouth shut. McCarty continued his rant even after being removed from the courtroom and placed in a room with one-way glass. For his profanities and insults, McCarty received an additional 10 days added to his already lengthy sentence. That was a whole lot of drama, but wait till you see the next person. Tanner Jacobson and Cody Howard. Tanner Jacobson and Cody Howard were in court facing 30 days in jail for driving on suspended licenses. While waiting, they hatched a plan to escape, which turned out to be a terrible idea. They were both in handcuffs, and running from the law was a futile attempt. However, they decided to go for it.
We were sitting there on the benches together, and he's like, I'm gonna run.
As they made their escape, Judge R.W. Buzzard saw them and took off his robes to chase after them. Howard and Jacobson made it to the final floor, but Judge Buzzard caught Howard just as he was about to run through the emergency exit. Jacobson managed to get away, but he was caught a few blocks away.
I only get like 4 blocks, and then I stopped. I just stopped on my own. I'm like, what am I doing right now?
The video of their escape went viral, but it also earned them a new charge of second-degree escape. Howard was sentenced to more than 3 years in prison for his attempted escape and other charges, while Jacobson, who was caught by the judge, saw his potential 30-day sentence turn into 1 year and a day for second-degree escape. Reflecting on their actions, Jacobson said he didn't even know why he did it, and that he only ran to try and do what he could. Their ill-conceived plan to escape justice only made matters worse for them, and they learned the hard way that you can't outrun the law.
I don't even know why I did it. Like, I would be out of here if I wouldn't have ran.
I didn't try to escape to get out. I tried to escape to get well, and I tried to do what I could, do what I could do.
If you thought this was crazy, just wait until you see the next one. Judge John C. Murphy. Step into the courtroom of Judge John C. Murphy, a place where the law is supposed to reign supreme. But on this particular day, chaos ensues as the judge and assistant public defender, Andrew Weinstock, clash in a battle of wills.
And insists he won't waive any case.
All right, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? I'm not waiting.
As the judge tries to clear his docket, he suggests that Weinstock waive his client's right to a speedy trial. But the public defender is adamant about ensuring his client receives justice and refuses to comply.
Stop pissing me off. Just sit down. I'll take care of it. I don't need your help.
No,
sit down.
I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand
I said
and represent
sit
my
down.
clients.
If you want to fight, let's go out back and I'll just beat your ass.
Tensions escalate as the two men argue back and forth, unable to reach a compromise. The frustration is palpable, and the judge makes a shocking comment, stating that he would aim a stone at Weinstock if he had one. Things take a turn for the worse when the judge demands that Weinstock sit down, but the attorney refuses. The judge then challenges him to a fight outside, and shockingly, the two men leave the courtroom to settle their differences. The sounds of their altercation echo through the halls, and a deputy is forced to intervene to separate the combatants. The defendants in the courtroom cheer as Judge Murphy returns, taking a moment to catch his breath before continuing with the proceedings. What Weinstock doesn't realize is that the judge is an ex-military personnel, a United States Army colonel who served with the Special Forces and received several medals. But despite his impressive military record, the Florida Supreme Court deems his fight with Weinstock appalling, and the judge is fired. Arthur Booth. Arthur Booth's life took a dark turn when he got involved with drugs, gambling, and petty crimes, leading to a downward spiral that landed him in and out of jail for years. His addiction to crack cocaine and gambling drove him to commit theft and burglary, but he was never a violent offender. In 2015, his crimes caught up with him when he was caught driving a stolen car and led the police on a chase. He appeared in front of Judge Mindy Glazer in Miami-Dade Bond Court, where his bond was set at $43,000 or a year in jail if he couldn't pay. But then something unexpected happened. As the judge was about to wrap up the proceedings, she asked him if he had attended Nautilus Middle School.
Did you go to Nautilus for middle school?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry to see you there. I always wondered what happened to you, sir.
Oh my goodness.
This is the nicest kid in middle school. Best kid in middle school. I used to play football with him, all the kids, and look what has happened. I'm so sorry to see you.
Oh my goodness.
The judge was visibly moved as she reflected on how Booth's life had taken a turn for the worse. Booth served 10 months in prison, but the judge's words had a profound impact on him. He used the experience as a wake-up call and worked hard to overcome his addiction problems. Booth was determined to turn his life around, and he successfully left his life of crime behind. Booth's story serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of staying on the right path, even when the temptation of drugs and gambling can be overwhelming. It's never too late to turn your life around, and with determination and hard work, you can overcome the challenges and obstacles that life throws your way. Jacob Larson. Jacob Larson's behavior in court was nothing short of dramatic and shocking. Larson had violated a personal protection order after becoming obsessed with a former middle school classmate, whom he believed was his soulmate. Despite the restraining order, Larson continued to stalk her on Facebook and paid several visits to her workplace. When he sent her 22 Facebook messages, she filed a report against him, and Larson found himself in court. During the hearing, Jackson County Circuit Court Judge John McBain questioned Larson, but Larson wasn't happy with the judge's ruling. He accused the judge of being biased towards the woman and refused to be handcuffed. Larson then started fighting with the court security, but Judge McBain quickly intervened. He removed his robe and joined in the struggle to hold Larson down until he was handcuffed. Judge McBain's actions were shocking, but they also showed his commitment to maintaining order in his courtroom. Larson's behavior was unacceptable, and the judge was quick to act to protect those in the court, including Larson himself. And last but not least, we have captured the following crazy courtroom scene. Michael Madison. Michael Madison's heinous crimes are the stuff of nightmares, and they will make you want to check your locks twice before going to bed. As an American serial killer, Madison's actions left a trail of destruction and devastation in their wake, claiming the lives of 3 women. Growing up, Madison suffered abuse at the hands of his mother and her boyfriends, which may have contributed to his violent tendencies. In 2013, police discovered a decomposing body inside a garage he owned, which led to the discovery of 2 other bodies. All 3 of his victims were women, and he was charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder, which were later updated to 14 counts. Madison's trial began on April 4, 2016, and he was found guilty of murdering 3 women. On June 2, 2016, Judge Nancy R. McDonnell followed the jury's recommendation and sentenced Madison to death. During the trial, the families of Madison's victims delivered impact statements, but it was Van Terry, the father of 18-year-old Sherelda Terry, who would provide the most shocking moment. As Terry was delivering his statement, Madison smirked at him, enraging the grieving father. Without hesitation, Terry leaped over the table and charged at Madison, intent on seeking revenge. The deputies reacted quickly and escorted Terry out of the courtroom, and no charges were filed against him. Today, Madison remains incarcerated for his heinous crimes, and the impact of his actions continues to be felt by the families and loved ones of his victims. If you enjoyed the video, show some love and like the video, and leave a comment down below. Watch this next.